Hi, I'm going to do another video today, and I'm in the car waiting to go to a doctor's appointment, so figured I would do another video. So just wanted to start off by saying that I'm wearing this color, which is kind of a lilac-y, soft lilac color, which is great for my season. It does have a tad of warmth, so I've noticed that if the colors are too cool for me, it doesn't really work. Okay, so sometimes you need that tad of warmth, even though I'm like a cool undertone, which still I've seen and heard in other videos that it's not really a thing. But anyway, let's just say I look cool in good in cool colors, but they can't be too cool, because then it just doesn't look good. I mean, we can study all we want, but it's just a matter of trying on and seeing if it works or not. And you have to be your own, let's say, color coach. Because yes, we give you your season, but then you have to play around with it and see. So my season, I actually downloaded a palette, a soft summer palette, which was not very soft according to me. Mine needed to be a little bit softer. So this is like basically what my service is all about, making it yours. You see, this is my natural hair color, and it's gotten lighter over the years and a little bit warmer, actually, to tell you the truth. It didn't used to be this light and this kind of like warmish. So that means that, everything could be maybe made just a tad warm. Like this morning I had my nightgown, which was a gray with like that little oatmeal kind of like color, and it was just gorgeous on me. I really liked it. Instead, when I wear just like very I wouldn't say clear, because it does have to be soft, but too cool, like soft cool, more towards the clear side, then it doesn't work. And it's not always easy to go in a shop and find exactly what you're looking for, the colors that are on your palette. I mean, it's really difficult. So sometimes you just buy what is available and what you need, but then you have to adapt it. And now that it's summertime, it's easier for me to find my clothes, but then when it's wintertime, it's not that easy to find light, soft, kind of pastel-y colors. It's just not gonna happen unless you go on Amazon and upload a picture that you've seen on Pinterest of a color that you like, that belongs to your season, and then order it on Amazon. But sometimes you want to see the clothes, try them on. It's not that easy. But I also want to continue that, what we were talking about, prints, that I normally see a lot of prints that just don't work on women, and especially with the colors. They're kind of like all over the place, and they match them up with their accessories, which don't kind of mesh itself with the prints. And so let's see also what kind of prints are prints that are for you. For example, there's William Morris, who was making like wallpaper prints and textile prints, more for furniture, not for clothes. But you can definitely get some inspiration from those. And those are mostly cool colors. It's William Morris, if I remember correctly, is like a Liberty style, so has very like flowy type of lines with blocks of bouquets and flowers. So there's a mixture of feminine soft colors together with bouquets, and also with kind of like a stylized, more line because it's liberty. So you can definitely get inspiration from that for your clothes, but especially for the colors. So just think of like, okay, I'm a soft summer, right? So I'm thinking of a designer that is mostly cool colors, soft, pastel-y colors, like put like this type of color. Who comes to mind? Right away, Armani. Armani comes to mind. And so whatever, I mean, I can't afford Armani, of course, but if you are a certain season, you also look to a designer who's very coherent in his collections over the years and get inspired from him or her. So pick what you like from past collections, recent collections, take that picture, then upload it to Amazon or wherever you can and see if there's something similar. But don't just stop there. You have to look at the big picture. So look at how coherent Armani was over the years and the fabrics that he used, the inspirations that he used. Also, he's a very more oriental kind of inspiration. He has a lot of 1920s inspiration, and you might want to incorporate that in your look. What I love about Armani and speaks to me, well, not only are the colors, but also the style with very soft, wide leg pants, like palazzo, not really palazzo pants, but I don't know how you call them, like a wide leg pant, very soft, kind of masculine, androgynous type of look. That's what I love. That's what I love. Even though I'm a theatrical romantic as far as my body has a lot of curves. I'm very soft. My face is also soft. Instead, Armani, you have to be like skinny, really like a stick. But I can make it work, of course, trying to, I mean, for the size that I am, people never think that I have the bust size that I do because I kind of hide it. And so also the bra that you wear also hides it and stuff. So you have to adapt. If you want a more eccentric, maybe spring type, more clear color, then you look to Etro. For example, Etro is full of prints. Not very cool. I think neutral warm. Etro is more neutral warm. Not a lot of cool, but not too warm too. Then if you want, some prints and a whole different vibe, it's kind of old though. Pucci, remember Pucci back in the 60s? That's very geometrical. I think, if I remember correctly, Pucci was inspired by the Bauhaus movement. So there's always a why to everything. There's a why to the designer's style. There's a why to the colors. So Pucci had very clear, cool colors. Nothing really warm, although there are some warm collections, of course. But if you think of Pucci, you think of very bright, clear colors. So clear would be a spring. Clear would be a winter, a clear winter, obviously, or a true winter. And so this is my suggestion to you. And if you need help, you have to look at these things. If you're more into, upholstery or furniture design, textile designer, well, then start looking at William Morris. There's another one called Paul Poiret, he was big in the 20s. I mean, I can go on, but, not a lot of people know about, like the textile designing for furniture. So I mean, stick to clothing and famous designers that you know. Who else is a famous designer that has a very distinctive style? Well, Versace. Versace is, and Cavalli, my gosh. So, okay, I mean, they exist and they are popular and they are successful because people like them, love them, but it's not exactly refinement at its best, especially Roberto Cavalli. It's like in your face, eccentric, all over the place, which, you know, some can handle. Definitely not a soft season cannot handle Roberto Cavalli, so put him aside. Cavalli, definitely a winter can handle Cavalli. An autumn, sometimes Cavalli had like these warm panther type looks. An autumn, if you're a soft autumn, sometimes, some collections, but you have to look at the big picture. What is Cavalli famous for? Animal prints, loud colors, and a mix match of different prints and colors that sometimes just don't go together. So if you look at Etro is also that, but in a much more refined artistic way. Cavalli is, in fact, who likes Cavalli? A lot of the nouveau riche, which they don't have style, the nouveau riche. They just, you know, have money and want to buy designer in your face things. I mean, this is the reality, guys. I mean, I'm just gonna say it how it is. I'm not gonna filter these things. Cavalli is tacky. Cavalli is not refined. That's how it is. Global, I mean, on a very large scale. Then you do find some things from Cavalli that are exceptional, that are so refined, so lovely. But you know, these designers, they start out like the quintessential designer. They know what they're doing. They know how to make the perfect dress, the perfect color. And once you know who you are and what you want, then you can explore. And that's what, for example, Cavalli did. You have to create a niche for you. And, you know, but Cavalli is for the nouveau riche. Versace is for the nouveau riche also. You can't say that Versace is elegant. Not at all. Is refined. Not at all. Works a lot with colors, that's for sure. So you have to pick and choose certain things from Cavalli, not everything. Otherwise, you look like a streetwalker. So there's beautiful dresses from Cavalli, and which are maybe 30%, and the rest, just no. And Etro, instead, if you're not into very artistic kind of patterns and bold, then don't even go there. And then, you know, there's the more neutral, refined, like Ralph Lauren. We all love Ralph Lauren. He's the epitome of American style. And I love that. I love that look. So refined. So Ralph Lauren is another very elegant, refined, casual type of look. And if you want a dress, an evening dress from Ralph Lauren, then it's gorgeous. And that's, you know, that's definitely something that that I like. Ralph Lauren, as far as season, definitely could be a cool season, a dark summer, yeah, a soft winter, a winter too. There's not a lot of black with Ralph Lauren. Have you ever noticed? There's a lot of blue. So winters, yeah, and there's a lot of white, so winters can handle that. Spring, yes, I mean, because there's a lot of white, but there's not so much. There are not many bold, bright colors. So I would avoid spring. You see how it kind of works? So I hope I can, you know, help you pick the designer for you and then use that as your inspiration. Who else? Let's see. Gosh, there's like so many that I love. Well, now there's a lot of new ones also that, you know. Oh, let's see. Victoria Beckham. I I like Victoria Beckham. I really do. I mean, she's definitely not a spring. Put that aside. Could be an autumn, yes. No real patterns. There's no patterns. There's no prints. It's just very one type of color, block coloring, which is great. I love, block coloring, and not prints are not for everyone. Definitely winter seasons, dark summer, autumn. She has a lot of that. I don't know much about, Victoria Beckham, her collection, but I think, those colors. Spring colors, I think of Versace, but if you think of it, it's difficult to find classy spring designers. Like, I'm talking about spring designers because I mean like that's what they're known for. Yeah, there's this not many around. There's Chanel winter for sure. A lot of black and white. That's what they're known for. Black and white winters, summers. Sometimes they have pastel-y collections, but that's not what they're known for. They're known for black and white contrast. So yeah, and then over the years they have like their famous tailleur, all sorts of colors, and yellow and pink and baby blue, and so obviously depends on the season, the collection, but you also have to look at the style. Chanel clothes are made to have contrast. Okay, so contrast, spring does have contrast for sure. You have warm contrast and clear colors, so you could get away with it, but Chanel is not about the muted kind of soft color. So for me, Chanel is not the way to go. I'm more of an Armani vibe type girl. Not to say that I'm gonna wear Armani because I can't afford it, like I said, but I hope you get what I mean and what I'm saying. I hope you get the big picture, okay? Anyway, I think I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna see if it's my turn, and I'll get back to you later. Hey guys, okay, so I wanted to continue where I left off about designers. There's one more designer that I want to mention. She's one of my favorites. Her name is Luisa Beccaria. Not many people know her, but her story, like her design style story, is just very dreamy, very romantic. Her dresses, because she primarily does dresses, like no pants. It's very feminine. Her dresses are full of prints, and her color story as a designer is soft summer. Totally soft summer, no doubt about it. Everything is muted, everything is soft, everything is pastel. There's a lot of the color that I love, which is carta da zucchero. It's like a very soft type of blue, light blue. One of the colors that looks the best on me. That was one of my grandmother's favorites. One of the most noble colors that there is. Carta da zucchero. So elegant, so refined, so feminine. And her whole line is, oh my god, like so romantic, and just like flowy dresses, a lot of silk and chiffon, some cotton. And if you look at her Instagram page and also her website, her shop, it's very, very refined, but for a woman that is with soft lines and romantic. Of course, I told you before, even though I am a theatrical romantic and I do have softness in my elements, I don't know if I would dress like that. I don't live, Monte Carlo. I don't live, even though I could, anybody can dress however they want and I could do it. I don't have the body, I think, to do that. I would like to be skinny, like without any shapes at all. I like that. And I'm totally the opposite. Obviously, my weight plays a big part of it. If I were thinner, which I'm planning on getting, not because I need to wear Luisa Beccaria, but I need to get healthy and stay thin. I plan on, like, the color story for me is so dreamy. I went to, I mean, many years ago, I think maybe 20 years ago, I used to dream in front of her shop window at in the Brera neighborhood in Milan. She has a boutique in Brera, and it's, gosh, just like a dream. You walk into a dream, a feminine dream. And her, now she is also the type of woman that I love. The life that she has made for herself. Like, she's a designer. Her shops are in Milan. She obviously also lives in Milan, but primarily she lives in Sicily, in the countryside. And also the style that she has with her home speaks to me a lot. That would have been my dream also, to do that. She has, like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 children. All of them are gorgeous, with these like clear blue eyes and like almost jet black hair, just like she is. In fact, they dress, you know, their mom's line, but they are not a soft summer. They are all winters. They're definitely winters. Even her sons, or one son or 2 sons, I don't remember, all of them had dark hair, crisp blue eyes, and a lot of contrast. And the majority of her line is not contrasty. It's very soft. She also, Luisa, dyes her hair. For me, I think now in her older years, she dyes it too black, and her signature look is a red lipstick. So you have like pale white skin, red lips, and jet black hair. And then she wears the softest of colors. Her line are soft colors. So you see how it just doesn't kind of, you know, go together. In fact, the weight of her hair, eyes, skin, and lips don't match with her collection, which is kind of odd because she creates it. Her daughters also, maybe they don't have as much contrast as the mom, but because the mom dyes her hair. So yeah, also check out, if you are a soft summer, check out her line, because it will make you dream, really romantic dream. So I'm, of course, a mixture between Luisa Beccaria and Armani. I would say theatrical romantic would be that. So if you are a theatrical romantic soft summer, there you go. Let me know what season you are and what designer you enjoy, maybe, you know, observing, being inspired by, or use, if you have the, you know, if you have the possibility. Luisa Beccaria for me is kind of impossible. I can buy secondhand Luisa Beccaria maybe, but the sizes are so small that until I lose weight, I won't be able to. Anyway, I'm gonna finish the video here. I hope you learned something, and I hope I inspired you to look into color analysis in a different way, and art, also incorporate art. And I'll think about my next video and what the topic will be. I'm just gonna make videos like this, and I know a lot, I've learned a lot, I've studied a lot, and so color analysis is just part of this whole world. Okay, so anyway, have a nice rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon.